Hello Internet, we are back on Showdown again and I've been quite enjoying this team. I've been doing a few games with it. I haven't changed it since the last video yet, but it's a new Trick Room team with Gourgeist, which is a Pokemon that I've always liked, you know, ever since it came into existence in the Pokemon world in 2014. It's been one of my sort of secretly favourite Pokemon. I do quite like it. And it's quite nice to use it again because the Insomnia is nice. You do get supersized with Insomnia now, so you know, hopefully we'll find a battle, hopefully we'll have some more fun. Salamence is an issue for this team, so when I change things up a little bit, the Tornadus and the Smeargle, I guess will get switched for some other things. I don't know, Smeargle has maybe still got some mileage in this team, but I don't know. See, again, another Salamence. Salamence really is one of the best Megas in this format. And you've got to imagine he's just going to lead with it, isn't he? So, I don't know, we'll go with Gourgeist and Mawile I think is quite nice. Definitely Kyogre in the back, and I think Groudon as well. But that Clefairy could be an issue, actually. Smeargle could be as well, I mean, it always can be, but that Clefairy could potentially be an issue. I'm expecting him to lead with, like, Salamence and Smeargle, or maybe Salamence and Clefairy. Maybe even Salamence and Xerneas. Okay, he just goes straight off with the, as apparently, I've been informed it's called, the monkey lead of Smeargle and Xerneas. Just because, you know, basically, a monkey can win with it. So, we're going to go for a Trick Room here, and just protect, I think. I mean, he's going to Geomancy and Dark Void here, you've got to imagine. No, just a Moonblast. And a Dark Void, okay. Maybe he doesn't know that Gourgeist cannot sleep. And we're going to try and disable the Smeargle here. And, I mean, he's probably going to go for a Follow Me. But just an Iron Head as well is safe. So, okay, yeah, I don't mind that. Because, yeah, he can't put me to sleep. He's got a Mental Herb. Of course he's got a Mental Herb. Oh dear. Well, that would have worked out. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. I mean, we're still not in the worst of positions, but we're not in the best of positions. I'm just going to, again, try and disable. Mawile can't wake up here, though. So, that's the annoying thing. Okay, so he can't Dark Void again, just like in case I wanted to switch out in the future. He can use Follow Me, though. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to do. So, we'll try and Bullet Seed to... Oh, actually, he hasn't got the Sash, has it? But it has got +2 defense and the evasion. +2 defense Smeargle. Can that survive an Iron Head or a Play Rough from Mawile? Probably. Which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, that is annoying. Wow, that Mental Herb really messed things up for me. Gourgeist not having Protect here is not helping me at all. Groudon doesn't want to come in on a Dazzling Gleam. There's not too much I can do here, really. I mean, we'll go for an Iron Head just because it is more accurate. He probably will... Well, I don't know, maybe he'll... Nah, he's just going to Follow Me, isn't he? Because the Smeargle can't do anything otherwise. Maybe he could protect the Xerneas and switch Smeargle out into Salamence or something. So, I don't know, we'll just go for a skill swap and a Play Rough actually onto the Smeargle. It is a Salamence. Okay, so if we wake up, then this is good. We do wake up. This is good. We knocked the Salamence out. And unfortunately, we skill swap the Xerneas, which doesn't do anything for us. we are going to be in Trick Room for another turn. I mean, I'm pretty sure the game is over at this point, even still, but we'll put Groudon in. Just because if he puts his Groudon in, it'll be the slower one in Trick Room and he would get his son if I brought my Kyogre in, but I don't know. You have to imagine Wide Guard as well. You think that the Xerneas is probably going to protect here. I don't know. We'll go for an Eruption and play Rough. Actually, there's no Fairy Aura on the field anymore, so Play Rough isn't boosted. So we're going to go for an Eruption and just the more accurate Iron Head onto the Smeargle, I think. Okay, and at -1 it doesn't even knock it out. Now that is annoying. So the Smeargle was slower than my Groudon, so Groudon can potentially wake up here. So I'll go for an Eruption, because that will knock the Smeargle out. And Mawile can't wake here. Okay. Groudon probably going to go down this turn though. So this is unfortunate, but that's Mental Herb Smeargle for you, isn't it? So Groudon wakes up, but I don't think it's going to mean too much for us. Combination of Dazzling Gleam and Precipice Blades will knock us out. And you know, same with this too. I suppose we'll go for a double protect and maybe try and Scald the Groudon. So we get the double protect. Kyogre probably should survive this as well. Yeah, okay. So we knock out his Groudon. Probably should have gone for a Water Spout there, but I thought I would have been put down to like 20-30% or something. We do know that Smeargle was slower than my Groudon as well. So, I mean, I think all hope is probably gone, but not entirely. If he's got Fake Out, that would be annoying. I think a Moonblast will just knock out my Kyogre here as well, so yeah, I think either way the Xerneas has won this. And he has got Fake Out, so that just makes it extra annoying. If we get the burn, then maybe that's nice, but or critical hit and a burn, but no, neither of those things. And a Moonblast will knock out my Groudon here, but he's probably going to go for another Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, so Groudon survives. So we're bringing this down to, you know, a pretty close finish, but like unless we get some ultra mega super duper duper critical hits, the game is over. So, so we're going to start off with a loss on this one, but it was all down to that Mental Herb. So, you know, it is what it is, but we'll look for another game, because that, you know, that did turn out to be quite an interesting game. This is Gravity with Trick Room, which is always fun to play. You know, everyone's favourite thing, Gravity, isn't it? And another Salamence. I really need to put something on this team that handles Salamence a bit better. Okay. We'll go Gourgeist and Kyogre in this one, with Groudon and Mawile in the back. Oh, Mental Herb Smeargle. How annoying is that? And it survived my -1 Iron Head as well. Play Rough, if it had hit, I don't think would have knocked it out either, but with Iron Head there was a flinch chance as well, so, you know, I did have some mileage in going for the Iron Head there. But I am still enjoying this team. As we wait for a very passive lead from our opponent here. So, he might Trick Room expecting me to Trick Room, or he might not Trick Room wanting me to set up the Trick Room for him. He may also bring in his Groudon here. So this is an interesting turn. I think we'll go for a... Oh, I don't know. I was going to say go for a skill swap and a Water Spout, but if he doesn't Trick Room and brings his Groudon in, then that's not very good for us. So I think I will Trick Room and just go for a safe Water Spout, but I think the Groudon switching is very obvious here, or even just a Fake Out. Okay. And we're just going to see 2 Trick Rooms, okay. So we're in the same position again, I guess, as last turn. Do I Trick Room this time? I'm a little bit surprised that he wanted to Trick Room there. Because, I don't know. I think we'll go for a Trick Room. I think we benefit more from Trick Room. Although his Bronzong has surely got Skill Swap as well. And this time we're going to go for an Ice Beam on Meowstic. But, no, he just leaves it in. And he's got Gravity and Hypnosis. Well, the good thing about this is I can Skill Swap my Kyogre. And 1, that stops his Groudon switching in and being all safe. 2, it passes Insomnia to my Kyogre, so it's going to wake up straight away. So watch this turn. This is going to be good. Especially if he does bring in his Groudon. This is one of the reasons why I like Gourgeist. That it can do stuff like this. He can't, like his Bronzong will be slower than my Gourgeist as well. So he can't like Hypnosis my Gourgeist first, because I will have Insomnia obviously before I do the Skill Swap. So is it, oh thank you. Groudon, you've come in, but I'm sorry. There's a Skill Swap. My Kyogre gets Insomnia, wakes up, and bye-bye Groudon. Now that was a satisfying turn. That is probably the most satisfying turn of the whole format so far that I've made. That was fantastic. Very good. So we'll look for one more game. I don't even care how this last game goes, because that was fantastic. And, okay, there's no Salamence at least, but there is a Rayquaza. That was fantastic. Insomnia, there you go. Gourgeist doing the business. Did the business all over that guy. Okay. How are we going to play this though? We're going to go Gourgeist and Mawile with Groudon and Kyogre in the back. This might as well be a 4 Pokemon team, really. I suppose having the Smeargle on there might sort of throw them off a little bit, might sort of force this guy to lead with Crobat, for example. But I have got Mental Herb on my Gourgeist as well. Typically on teams like this, you'd see the Smeargle with Crafty Shield, like on like a Bronzong sort of double primal team, but Gourgeist really doesn't need Crafty Shield because it's got a Mental Herb, so it can't be taunted, and it's got Insomnia, so it can't be put to sleep. So it's like like almost like the best Trick Room setter in the format, alongside like a Lumberry Aromatisse sort of thing. It just can't be taunted. It's very, very, very bulky. Can't be put to sleep either. So I'm enjoying it. And as we saw in the last game, the advantages of having Insomnia over Aroma Veil is that if one of your Pokemon do get put to sleep, you can just put the Insomnia onto it, wake it up, and have happy times. Do the business, like I keep saying. Doing the business all over them. So this guy's taking his time. But he's got a lot of flying Pokemon, 3 flying Pokemon. Maybe I'm going to be a little bit cautious about Trick Room because he has got his own Mawile and Amoonguss as well. So yeah, so he does lead with Crobat here. Possibly fearing my Smeargle a little bit. I'm not sure I do want a Trick Room here. His Zapdos might just Thunderbolt the Mawile. He might, yeah, he might, I don't know. He might taunt the Gourgeist, but he might go for a Super Fang Thunderbolt onto the Mawile, and I'm not going to appreciate that. But if I protect Mawile and like try and disable the Zapdos, if he does taunt the Gourgeist, then I've burnt my Mental Herb. Hmm. I think we're going to go for a Trick Room. The Amoonguss doesn't threaten us too much because I have got Insomnia, like I've been, harping on about. And just to make sure I do get something from this turn, I'm going to go for a Play Rough onto the Zapdos. But he does go for the Super Fang and Thunderbolt, which doesn't knock the Mawile out. And I miss my Play Rough. Okay, well, that is annoying. That is one of the worst things about Play Rough. It really is. I mean, it's the worst thing about Play Rough. That Zapdos would be down to like 20% now. I would have been in a pretty good position, I think. So that is annoying, but I can disable the Zapdos. He might switch the Zapdos out though, but he can't Super Fang my Gourgeist, and Super Fang isn't going to do anything to my Mawile, so I'm just going to Iron Head the Crobat here. Disable on the Zapdos means if he does keep it in, then it's not really doing too much. Yeah, okay. And he taunts the Gourgeist, which is good as well. So, thankfully, this isn't a Mental Herb Zapdos that's gonna, screw up my plan. The Zapdos might switch out now, though. But if it does, it'll be maybe into his own Mawile. I could disable the taunt on the Crobat, but he might switch that out as well. See, I've only got, after this, 2 turns of Trick Room left. And after that, his own... Yeah, his Rayquaza, presuming Rayquaza and Kyogre in the back, can have a good time on my team, because, yeah, he just needs to Dragon Ascent my Gourgeist. Yeah, this is one of the problems with this team. It is a little bit weak to Salamence and Rayquaza. When I tweak this team, which, maybe I'll do soon, I need something extra for those two, I think. That is the biggest problem with this. But this is, it's a brand new team. So, this is what it's all about. Just, finding the tweaks that you can make. I'm going to put Kyogre in and go for a Play Rough onto the Zapdos. And hope he doesn't Super Fang into what was the Gourgeist. He might just taunt that slot again, though. Oh, he protects. Okay. And he does... He just taunts. Okay. So now we can definitely Water Spout. And... he doesn't have a Groudon in the back. Nothing's going to want to take this. Do I want to switch Mawile into anything? Is a Water Spout going to knock out his Zapdos? I'm going to go for an Iron Head onto the Zapdos. If I want Gourgeist back in the future, I have got tomorrow. I've got tomorrow that I can do it. I've got next turn where I could potentially threaten with some offense and like get it in on their Protect or something. Maybe I should be Iron Heading the Crobat here. Oh, whoops. Well, I'll skip that turn. Didn't mean to do that. So what happened? So I Iron Headed into the Kyogre and Water Spouted. Yeah. What I was potentially going to switch up for is an Iron Head on what would have been this Rayquaza, because that would have probably knocked it out. A combination of Water Spout and Iron Head. So, yeah, I can't complain. That's what happens when you play on Showdown. I'm going to Scold his Kyogre and bring Gourgeist in. He's probably going to protect his Rayquaza, but if he doesn't protect it, he might be trying to go for an extreme speed onto the Mawile. In which case, the Kyogre is maybe safe in his eyes. Yeah, so there's the extreme speed. And there's a Scald. Hopefully, yeah, like the burn's nice there. And he Scalds me and doesn't burn me. Okay, so rolls are going in my favour there. But again, the Gourgeist is threatened by the Dragon Ascent. And he has still got Crobat and Zapdos in the back. Now my Groudon is happy against the Zapdos. I'm going to sacrifice the Mawile here. Okay. Okay, so I still sacrifice the Mawile, but I'm getting a nice Ice Beam onto the Zapdos. And Gourgeist is kind of safe, really, to set up Trick Room again. So we'll just protect and Trick Room. An Ice Beam and... I don't think there's anything this... Yeah, Zapdos can do, aside from like a Freeze or a Thunderbolt Paralysis and Full Paralysis that he can do to stop my Gourgeist getting a Trick Room up here. So he's got Crobat, which is in Trick Room and not really going to do too much. And he's got Rayquaza here too. So I'm happy just to Ice Beam the Rayquaza and disable the Zapdos again. If he doesn't protect the Rayquaza, it's going down. If he doesn't protect the Zapdos, then the Thunderbolt's getting disabled and he can't touch my Kyogre. So Disable's actually doing some real business in this game. I'm quite happy that I switched to Disable here. Protect would be nice in lots of situations, but Disable really did pretty good for us here. So, what a video. Like, oh, that play in the second game, that was fantastic. And, you know, this game was pretty good as well, so thanks a lot for watching this, guys. I really hope, you know, you do like this, because I know it is Showdown, it's not a battle spot. Maybe I'll try and get, you know, this team together in-game. It would be interesting to put it to battle spot and see what happens on there. But, you know, either way, if you've enjoyed it, if you liked it, please share and get it out there. So thanks a lot, guys, and goodbye for now.